The first thing the man did after being reborn was replace his bank card with a bus pass that could not make payments, just because he clearly knew the scumbag would definitely take the chance to copy the card information and drain his money. But the moment the scumbag tried to pay with the copied card, he instantly froze, because the machine boldly showed that this was a senior bus pass with only $10 left. In his previous life, the scumbag had tried to build a flashy rich persona, so he spent a huge amount of money to host a grand birthday banquet for his newly acknowledged goddaughter. Right after that, he bought cars and houses, constantly pleasing the man's wife and daughter. However, once the spending began, the man was shocked to discover his own bank card suddenly showed multiple large unexplained deductions. After checking carefully, he finally learned that the scumbag had accidentally overheard that his hidden identity was the heir of the richest family, and that he received $10 million in allowance every month. So he grew greedy and planned to steal the man's bank card information. After learning the truth, the man immediately told his wife. He angrily accused the scumbag of being a liar who stole money from his bank card. He also said all the money used to buy houses and cars to impress his wife and daughter was actually his. Yet after hearing this, the wife completely refused to believe him. She said a stay-at-home husband who spent all day around the kitchen could never have that much money. She claimed the scumbag could casually make tens of millions with a single project, so he would never steal another person's card. Even their daughter said he was slandering someone else just because he had no real ability. This instantly made the man furious, so he immediately planned to call the police and expose the scumbag for being a fake rich man. But the scumbag was afraid of being exposed and deliberately tripped him when he walked downstairs, so the man tumbled down the stairs and died on the spot. Perhaps fate wanted to give him another chance. The next second, he was reborn back to the day of the scumbag goddaughter's birthday banquet. Thinking of the tragic death he suffered in his last life, the man clenched his teeth in hatred. He swore that this time he would make the scumbag pay a painful price. At this moment, the scumbag was still bragging endlessly, saying he would take his goddaughter to the most luxurious restaurant to celebrate her birthday, and after dinner he would take the mother and daughter to pick out fancy gifts. He claimed he had prepared $10 million just for them to spend freely, after saying that he even ran over specifically to invite the man to join them, and the man agreed without hesitation, because he had already come up with a perfect plan. When the time came, he would make this fake rich scumbag fall straight into the abyss. Soon everyone arrived at the hotel and ordered a huge table of delicious dishes. The man, however, deliberately used an excuse to arrive 30 minutes late. By then he had already replaced his original bank card with the senior bus pass. His goal was simply to enjoy the perfect show. When the scumbag saw him carrying a bank card, his eyes lit up. He immediately stood up pretending to care and tried to pour water for the man. But the wife, seeing the man unmoving, began to mock him. She said a house husband like him had no right to act so arrogant. She claimed the scumbag was showing him respect by standing up and he should not be ungrateful. Hearing this, the man felt a wave of cold disappointment. He had hidden his identity for 10 years just to protect her pride as his wife. He had even secretly paved the path for her entire career. Yet in the end he became someone despised and rejected. So this time he refused to tolerate her anymore. He stood up and poured the entire glass of water on the scumbag's head. Then he left the room saying he needed to use the restroom. Seeing this, the scumbag was furious, but thinking of the plan he would carry out soon, he held himself back. Very soon everyone finished eating and went downstairs to pay. At this moment the scumbag lied, saying his bank card was missing. He said he noticed that the man had a card in his wallet that looked just like his and asked if he could check it. Unexpectedly, the man searched himself and said his own card was missing too. He said it was likely left on the sink in the restroom. This instantly made the scumbag panic. Without the man's card, he could never afford the $380,000 bill, so he quickly borrowed the woman's bank card, while asking if they might have mixed up cards during dinner. At the same time, he used advanced tech to copy the woman's card. Soon after, the scumbag successfully paid with the copied card, but at that moment the woman suddenly received a message from the bank. Her account had mysteriously lost $380,000. Seeing this, she immediately questioned the scumbag, asking if he had stolen her money. The husband remained silent, only watching the two argue. Then their friends jumped in to defend the scumbag. They said maybe the bank system had made an error. They also said someone as powerful as the scumbag could make tens of millions with a simple gesture, so there was no way he would take such a small amount from the woman. Seeing this, the scumbag immediately agreed, saying it must be a system error, and told her not to worry. He said once they reached the gold shop he would let her swipe 10 times that amount to make up for it. Unexpectedly, the woman actually believed the childish lie, so she followed the scumbag to the gold shop. The man, however, said he would get his bank card from the restroom and join them shortly. In the blink of an eye, the group had already arrived at the gold shop. The scumbag boldly declared that he would cover the entire shop and everyone could take whatever they wanted. This made everyone excited and shower him with compliments. However, the manager said that because the bill was extremely large, the rules required that funds must be verified first. But the scumbag card now had no money. If they checked it, he would be exposed instantly. So he lashed out, accusing them of looking down on him. Then he stormed forward and beat the manager fiercely. After that, the scumbag arrogantly claimed he would not only buy the entire store, but also have them melt all the gold into a 6-layer gold cake. The manager, seeing his arrogant behavior, thought he truly had powerful connections, so he apologized, saying he had been disrespectful earlier, but he still reminded the scumbag once the gold was melted, its form would be destroyed, and it could not be exchanged or returned. The scumbag did not care at all and told him to start immediately. So the manager ordered the staff to clear every piece of gold from the shelves, and they melted everything into a full 6-layer gold cake. However, when it was time to pay, the scumbag repeated his old trick. He said the man's black card looked quite nice, and he wanted to borrow it to see which bank designed it. The man felt it was finally time to close the trap, so he handed his bank card over. The scumbag quickly used a chip to copy all the card information, then handed the card back before taking out his own card to pay. But when the manager swiped it, he froze in disbelief. relief, because the machine showed that his card was actually a senior bus pass. At this moment the scumbag finally panicked completely.